In today's gospel for the solemnity of Corpus Christi, we hear the words, "And they all ate and were satisfied." But what were they eating? They were eating bread and fish, and yes, they had it to their heart's content, but it was just bread and fish. And yet, they were totally and completely satisfied. But how often do we receive way more than bread and fish, and yet go away unsatisfied? How often do we receive of Jesus himself, his body, his blood, his soul, and his divinity, and yet we walk out of church, and that isn't even on the top 10 things in our mind? It's so easy for us to eat and be unsatisfied. And sometimes our hearts can even go so far as to say, maybe the bread of life doesn't actually satisfy, or maybe it just isn't what satisfies me. I think a way to think about this is, imagine a steak cooked exactly like you would want it to be, just made absolutely perfect. Now, if you were to just eat that steak, that would be incredible. But imagine if right before that steak, you were eating all this other stuff, and then the steak was placed in front of you, but you're already full. That steak would go from being something that would be completely satisfying to you to something that would be kind of a waste, something that we wouldn't enjoy, something that would be a burden to eat. And so it is with the Eucharist if we aren't properly prepared to receive it. The challenge for this week, my brothers and sisters, is to be very intentional about your preparation before Mass, to, on your travel to the church, to go in silence and in prayer, to get there 15 minutes early, and to dispose your heart to receive him, who desires to satisfy you with something bigger than bread and fish.